What's up guys, this is ScherBR and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, let's discuss Suikoden Star Leap news. For those that do not know, Suikoden Star Leap is a new entry in the series that is somewhat Suikoden 6 of sorts, because it does have a main storyline that will not be affected by the gacha system. Because yes, this is a free-to-play game with gacha systems that will allow you to summon characters from the franchise and play special events and content as well. They updated the website. Now we have tons of information that came directly from Konami's last live stream. There's a video trailer you can now wishlist on Steam, because yes, it can be played on PC and also in Android and iOS. There's an official X account and a stream link. New 108 stars, a new tale of runes. Story. The rune of change is one of the 27 true runes that are said to have created the world. Solar year 453, tragedy strikes a lakeside village located east to Scarlet Moon Empire, where mysterious enemy attacks. Houses go up in flames, and people have to flee for their lives. Already reminds me of Suikoden 2. After the threat leaves, the hero, along with Hisui, Shirin, and Shapur, stand up to restore the village. As the hero and his friends depart for their journey, they quickly get caught up in the great swells of history. What are the atrocities that torment the people of the Empire? What kind of destiny will these encounters with Victor, Flick, Odessa, and various others lead to? Small adventures eventually turn into a large ambitions for our precious one. Much like other Suikoden games, we start small, then becomes a big threat. We have to go after Empire and sometimes even gigantic beasts. Okay, we have screenshots of the game here, and I love the art they chose. They seem to have more pixels for sprites than Suikoden 2 had, so higher definition in that regard, and they use it 3D that tries to resonate well with 2D, but it's still full 3D. We will be able to traverse through cities in full 3D as well, walking through horizontal and diagonal or anything. There is a night and day cycle here, as you can see. And the protagonists of the game, Vicky is included, and she's a real star, not assumable, at least in this version. There's likely other versions of Vicky in the game as well. And all the characters, that being Victor, Flick, and Humphrey, love those. They are younger than their counterparts from Suikoden 1 and 2, because this game happens before Suikoden 1. This seems to be the start of the game. We're fighting versus bandits, and as you can see, they have much more detailed art. This is the war system. We'll be discussing this more in the video. And the screenshot of the game reuniting. It seems like you're going to build your base in the village first. And there's a big kobold here, I believe. This character has both white and black color, and there's a smaller character at the side. This is likely the strategist of the game. This guy is likely a general of sorts for your party, alongside many other characters that I don't know who they are. This screenshot is amazing. Great use of 2D, 3D, and lighting effects. This is 3D, but it looks 2D, huh? Victor, Flick, and Odessa. And we're going to meet them probably at the first chapter of the story, or second, likely at the start of the game. And we can see Flick helping us. It will appear on the trailer as well. And that's about it for the screenshots. The game is also showing its protagonists. The hero doesn't have a name. We will have small videos for all of them. We'll be watching. This hero trailer only shows in walking. And that's it, just so that you can see more about the cities and villages. They seem pretty amazing. They feel alive. Well, Hisui is the secondary protagonist, and she is likely pretty powerful as well. I love the text boxes that they did for the game. It uses high quality font. Characters have a lot of animation, just like Suikoden 2 as well. Always the chief of the village in favor of the hero. And he's likely the character that gets taken. We'll be seeing part of this in the trailer. It's the leader of the village, and then you have to rebuild the village and rebel against the empire. The protagonist is just kind, courteous, and charming. Hisui is a servant that works in the hero's house. Due to reasons unknown, she's suppressing her emotions. She's cheerful and a kind girl by nature. As we see by Ho, he seems to have relations with many important people in various conflicts. A natural leader. In his trailer, he looks pretty funny. He's carrying a boar. So this time we are actually at the Senate of a hero or a leader of sorts. You just have to take his steps and lead the rebellion. Then we have Shirin, the hero's childhood friend. High-spirited personality is a mirror to her father's, who raised her on his own. She sometimes gets caught up in tunnel vision, but has sense of justice. Well, she does sound a little like Nanami, and some of the animations really suggest that. See? What did I told you? Exactly like Nanami. And she's a daughter of Orhan. He's a big guy that also has that leader effect, I guess. But he likes to drink. As a childhood buddy of Ho, he was also involved in founding the village. Similar to his daughter Shirin, he has a wide cycle of friends and runs a tavern that people come to gossip in. Okay, so that's why he likes to drink. And then we have the strategist called Chapur. He is the hero's teacher and butler. He used to be a general, doesn't seem to be the kind of person to settle as a butler of a household in a small village. Meaning that he was probably just, waiting and knew that something was going to happen. At least that's what I believe, right? Let's see his trailer. For my pupil. I wonder what he's talking about. Then we have Yua, and she's the hero's younger sister, and I don't know if she will be a character that we'll be playing actively with. She's too small, maybe she'll be a mage, I don't know. But Shirin is being used as a Nanami's type. Then we have Farah. She looks more like a support type character that will be selling items for you. Maybe also hanging around. I'm not so sure. But nice that they have been making plenty of animations for characters. Blaziken is a powerful village guard sent by Shapur. His energy may make him appear like he lacks caution. But he's an open and honest person that quickly allowing him to fit in with the villagers. So I guess he's kind of like the new Victor of sorts. And he calls Shapur as Lord, so really Shapur was hiding himself. Then we have Pet. Of course we do. We're a mascot of sorts. You can't have a JRPG without a mascot, right? And the mascot is interesting as it seems to be building a book. Maybe we'll be explaining the lore of all the Suikoden games. Hopefully. Something useful. Then we have Odessa, that if you have played Suikoden 1 you know. And likely see the origins of the character here. And she's an aristocrat of the Scarlet Moon Empire, whom the hero met during the journey. With her intake kindness and strong sense of justice, she rose up against the Empire and goes on to become the leader of the Liberation Army. Flick, a traveling swordsman that Odessa and company encountered while being chased by the Empire. A bit of a show-off, but he has excellent swordsmanship and always makes sure to protect his allies. He later goes on to join the Liberation Army. As Victor encounters Odessa during his journey and being highly impressed by her strength of will, decides to fight alongside her. He has an easygoing, darling personality, but his foundation is worth fighting is solid, and he later joins the Liberation Army. Victor looks very, very young here. But let's watch Flick video. It's the part where he just joins to save us from the enemy. And he doesn't have his rainbow, I guess. It's not a blue lightning yet. Still full of himself. And Victor. The Reformists, that's a strange way to call the resistance. Very cool though. After that we don't have any more videos, but we can see Ragnar, the enemy we saw. Aegir as well, it looks pretty cool. And then this new character without a name. She's likely working for someone. She doesn't look like the main villain type. Then we have 3 characters and they are enemies in the original games. That's Rin, and Den. They will appear as enemies but will also be recruitable. And then 2 original from Suikoden 1, Varkas and Sidonia. Now, we have more information about the battle system. You have normal battles, war mode, and party edit. For normal battle, the game employs a timeline turn battle system where we'll be seeing how it goes. Highly strategic battle in which players choose from 3 types of actions: normal attacks, runes, and special techniques to fight together with their allies. In war mode, we have a real-time strategy system in which both enemies and allies move simultaneously, and you can command your troops to lead into victory. And party edit means you can use 6 characters and set them on front and back rows, much like the original games. And characters from previous number of titles in the Suikoden series can also be used via the gacha system, but you can still use normal characters. You'll see it all now in the big trailer, so let's go.
At a village located on the margins of a lake, just east of the Scarlet Moon Empire, tragedy strikes from the shadows.
紋章を素直に渡した方が身のためですよ。逃げろ。
さあ、我によこせ、その力を。
So, there's not much going on yet, but from the looks of it, the hero's father is being captured, maybe by treason, I don't know, and the village was being attacked. There was a lot of fire going on, and some of the characters tried to fight against the Empire. But I don't think this is going to work so well. We'll have to rebuild the village and rebel.
The heroes set out on a journey towards recovery.
Enemies
Along
on
the way, you will encounter various enemies.
Okay, already loving that we have enemies on the field, and here we can see the battle system UI. It has increased its speed, auto, just like most gacha games have these days. And I don't know if this is final. I do feel like the HP guards look a little placeholder. But the timeline is new. I haven't seen any Suikoden game with this type of gameplay. But we can see which characters attack first. That helps. Because we can attack before being attacked if we can kill the enemy, right? The enemies have special elements, as it can be seen. I don't know if those are their main elements or their weaknesses, though.
This game makes use of a timeline command-based battle system. Make use of attacks, runes.
Okay, here is something important. You saw that the first character used the first attack. That was a physical attack. The second one is a rune attack. The third one will be showing it's a special attack. So in this case, this attack is double physical. So if the enemy is weak to physical, you're going to do more. And here we can see the advantage. If you use wind, you're going to do 1.5 damage. If you use lightning, you're actually going to do less damage. You're just doing neutral here because the enemy is not weak to physical.
And secret techniques, which are...
There's also a secret technique. We saw 3 icons, then a 4th one. The secret technique is tied to the character and a unique attack in my opinion.
Activated when the gauge is full.
The gauge has to be filled as well. Okay, so weak created unbalanced status, meaning that the enemy will be stunned. So that helps us take advantage and attack more often. So 3 icons, normal, rune, maybe magic or technique, and special.
3 moves all have different effects and cool-off times.
So even those attacks may have cooldown times.
So combine them for maximum efficiency.
And depending on the attack, your character will move differently in the timeline. Like here, she was attacking before all enemies, now she's not anymore.
And effect.
Here we have all the 3 enemies attacking us.
In addition, by focusing your attacks on the enemy's weaknesses, you can aim to unbalance them.
That's something interesting. Look, just now, they showed that the enemy had
by focusing
2 physical icons, meaning that you need to hit 2 times via physical to break this other enemy. Here it's probably the leader. It has 2, I guess, lightning or wind icons, and then 3 physical ones. So if you are in this fight, you are likely to unbalance the first enemy, then the third, and then later the central.
Focusing your attacks on the enemy's weaknesses, you can aim to unbalance them, creating an opening to inflict massive damage.
Unbalance, and then you do more damage on them. Nice. Here we have Varkas from Suikoden 1.
Next, make use of chains, which activate when 4 or more allies are lined up, and launch strategic attacks.
So this is not a united attack. Chains are when all of your characters can attack. Chains are when at least 4 of your characters can attack before the enemy, and that will increase the damage. You can see here plus 80%.
Each and every choice you make affects the battle before you. Many powerful enemies will tower before the hero.
Pretty cool attack animation. It was resisted even. Okay, now it's important to check this screen. The protagonist is here, and you can see that he doesn't have any heritage because he is free. Then we have an SSR heritage character that comes from Suikoden 4. Suikoden 4 happens in a very different time period, so she could not be here unless we are talking about time travel, portal shenanigans. And the other characters could be theoretically in this time period, I believe. I just don't know which character is this one with the R heritage. Stallion also has SSR heritage, and interestingly enough, they don't have higher power than the hero. So maybe that's good, because gacha characters won't be much better than original ones. I know that they will be eventually, of course. But this duck is from Suikoden 3, and
It will be vital to
Interesting.
carefully assess your enemy and organize your party accordingly.
also when you see this menu, the characters seem to have most of the time two different elemental types. I believe wind, physical, sometimes electric, and I don't know. Then this specifically character here has three icons. Wind, physical, and maybe rune or arcane, magic, I don't know. Well, they change it into Jorg, and the first icon is something I cannot recognize.
Also, consider including support members who will assist the main party through various methods during combat.
So, you can add even 3 more characters. 6 in the main fight and 3 in the back row to help you with special attacks. George using his special technique on balance. Nice, that's the special effects on back row.
俺が前に出る
This guy's likely a pawn, but
As the story unfolds, large-scale wars involving multiple forces break out.
you can choose all your 6 characters like it was a normal party.
Think of which characters to employ in your unit. Make use of their war techniques and aim for victory.
Yeah, look, it's just a normal fight when they clash. But you can use field actions as well. Pretty amazing. That looks like Greg Mister again. I'm not so sure. Click!
お前の実力見せて
Jorg attacking again. They love Jorg, right? They do.
やれやれだな
And Suikoden 4. New guy. And the martial artist. And Stallion now finally having a special attack. Amazing.
幻想水湖伝スターリープ
And that's the end of it. So we have information about most content, I believe. I just want to see the gacha elements and events and how those things will be planned for this game. Anyway, I like what I see. What about you? And what's your favorite Suikoden game? Say here in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I hope to see you soon in the next video or live stream. Goodbye.